things with me, and hopefully you came over to from Shauna's page, Shauna from Frapps Scraps. She goes live at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and if you didn't come here from there and you're just catching me, the link to her channel is in my description below. Click on that link, go over, watch a few videos, say hi, follow, give her some thumbs up. We would truly appreciate that. And then up after me is Kristy from Kristy's Crafty Cottage. She goes live at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We go live every Wednesday night together but separate on our own channels. So welcome, come on in and say hello. How's your halfway week been? Although this is like a short week for those of us in the United States. Friday, oh, I didn't change my calendar, but Friday is the 4th of July, and a lot of us have off on the 4th of July. I am really looking forward to it. It just happens to work out that I also have Monday off. It's my Monday off. So I am so looking forward to a 4-day weekend. I'm going to be crafting. I'm going to be cleaning the crafting. What are you going to be doing? Do you usually do stuff on the weekends? And yeah, so it's July. We are more than halfway through the year. Can you believe it? So it's like halfway to Christmas, and I think that's why a lot of people do Christmas in July. It's also for crafters that do shows in the fall. Hey Tamara, how are you, my friend? Welcome. This is like, they probably already should have been crafting since like right after Christmas to make their wares for the fall craft fairs, to get ready for the fall, to get ready for Christmas. But this is like crunch time now, right? Because all the fall craft fairs start in September, October, and you're doing a mixture of fall and Christmas, and then, you know, it goes full throttle October and November for Christmas. So I think that's why they do Christmas in July, but I'm not really ready. I'm not saying I'm not going to do any Christmas in July, but I'm just not ready right now. Sierra, hello. I make all the things. My name is Leah, and this is Make All the Things. I am a crafter. I'm a lifelong crafter. I love to craft everything. Paper, signs, work with yarn, all the things. Resin, wood. I have a laser cutter I love to use. I have a silhouette, which is like a Cricut. I love to use that as well. Hi, Daniel. And there is Shauna from Frapps Scraps. Hello, my friend. So I'm doing something super simple today. And like I always say, I get special requests. I actually got 2 requests. Well, one is not a request. One is a gift from me. So my friend quit her job, and she's living her dream. She is baking for farmers market, and she is an amazing baker. She is so happy. I am so happy for her. I was like, you need it. She had all these like paper signs. I was like, you need a sign. So I am making her a sign. I happen to have this bakery sign. It is a stencil from Essential Stencil. If you are interested in stenciling, I do have links to my favorite stencil shops. There is a discount code, so make sure you read the whole description for each company. Each company offers something different. There's a discount code. They are my favorites. It is my affiliate link. I do receive a tiny commission. So if you want to start stenciling, please use my link and then message me for like help and information. But I'm also using a different kind of stencil, because this one says bakery, right? It says bakery, bread, cakes, pastries, and pies. And I had another stencil that had really fun corner flourishes, and I put it somewhere because I knew I was going to be making this sign. Can't find it anywhere. Not anywhere. Hey, Sharon. And then I have this, it's a stencil. They call it transfers. It's a silk screen mesh stencil, which means, you know, there's no little spaces for the letters, which is like really nice. And it was the only thing I had that said farmers market on it. And this one says fresh produce open daily. Well, at first I was thinking just the farmer's market, but I might be able to fit that whole thing. So I'm going to see if I can fit both of these onto one board. If not, I'm just going to have to make another one. And then I plan on cutting out a cutting board and doing like a farm to table sign. That's on my to-do list this weekend. Also, I will be live here on Saturday. I don't know what time yet. It's going to be in the afternoon. I am hosting a fun collaboration with some amazing YouTubers. I will have a playlist available, so make sure you tune in. It's okay. Hey, it's what I do. And then a friend of mine asked me to make a little mailbox for her daughter's graduation, you know, for cards and stuff for the graduation party. And I was like, oh yeah, her colors are purple and gold. So that should be fun. Not colors that I usually work with, but I mean, yellow I do and purple I do, but I don't ever put them together. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me just put that down here. And I have had this for a little bit, and I know that Dollar Tree has them because whenever I go in there, I see them. And this is just one of their, like, their MDF board signs, right? So this is like a, it's, what is that on there? It's like a foam. But I'm going to leave this side intact. She wants to hang up the welcome sign, she can. I'm going to be using the back side. A lot of times, I used to use these Dollar Tree signs all the time. You know, it's a great way, especially if you're just getting started. Batman, hey Elizabeth. It's a great way, a budget-friendly way to get started in crafting, making signs, stenciling, whatever, you know, painting, whatever your medium is. This is a great way if you're getting started, but even if you're not and you like it, to practice on and to make, you know, to see what your style is, what kind of style you like. So for $1.25, you really can't go wrong with these signs. The only thing is, I don't prefer them. I prefer using real wood for my signs. They're sturdier, they last longer. See how this one is a little bent? It's not straight. They do tend to warp a little bit. And I had it, I had stuff laying on top of it, but it kept its shape. I'm using the back. I'm going to take off the sign. Best way to do that is to heat it up, and then you can scrape it right off. And I think I'm going to leave the other side welcome. You know, it'll be a reversible sign. And then I will be sealing this because, you know, farmers markets are outdoors. So I had so many ideas. My to-do list was so big of what to make for tonight. And I'm tired. So I'm thinking, let's just do something really easy and kill two birds with one stone. So, how was your day? How was your week? Do you have a long weekend ahead? Do you do anything special for the 4th of July, which is our Independence Day? We usually just stay home. Usually from where we are, we can see some kind of fireworks. All right, I'm just giving it a little scrape. And let's get to painting. So I'm going to do just really simple. A whiteboard with some black lettering. And then I think I'm going to put a wire hanger on it and not put the twine back on. What do you think? No plans, probably raining. Oh no. We had rain. We had really bad rain yesterday. As a matter of fact, in the middle of the night, we lost power. And it's so funny, like, so you know, in the summertime, you hear the fans, you know, in your sleep. the fans are going, the AC's going, and then I woke up, it was almost 4 o'clock, to total silence. Nemo! Hey, yeah, I'm good. How are you? Welcome back. Good to see you. On the night of the 4th of July, it's refreshing to just stay home. Yeah, it is. It is. We don't really go anywhere anymore. You know, it's like, well, you working in the ER, you know what it's like out there. But yeah, so like I woke up and I was like, why am I waking up? And it was silence and it was really dark. And I'm like, oh, we lost power. So I was up. So I'm like, might as well go to the bathroom. So I had to go find some, I used my phone for the light and lit some candles just in case anybody else got up and, you know, couldn't see. I didn't want anybody getting hurt. So I lit candles and then I couldn't go back to sleep. Finally fell asleep. And by the time I woke up, the lights were back on. Thank goodness. You know, because we need electricity. Can't use any of my water. You are fine. Oh, that's so good to hear. So have you had a good week? Anything exciting happen? Anything you'd like to share with your friends? I'm good. I'm good. I'm tired. It's been a rough couple days at work. It always seems that way around the holidays, you know? Like people get paranoid because it's a long holiday weekend and you know, they've had a toothache for a long time, but you gotta get in now before the holiday. You know, just in case their tooth goes over the weekend and they can't get a hold of anybody. So it's always really super busy. So I have a fan going and I'm using Waverly chalk paint in Snow White. And the fan, I have it on high, and it's just drying the paint as I swipe across the board. Oh, I'm making a sign for my friend. My friend quit her job, and my friend's a baker, and she is working for an old family business at a farmer's market, and she's baking. You have the same shirt? Hey, Laurel. Okay, so Leah, who are you? Do I know you? I'm Leah. Yeah, Batman's not my most favorite superhero. I'm a big Superman fan, but I don't mind Batman because, you know, he's got all the gadgets and I love gadgets. Norma, hello. Yeah, so this is drying as I'm painting, but I'm not turning that fan off. And Kathy, do I see it, Kathy? Hey, Kathy, you're working 4th of July? Woo! You think you'll be busy? There's very few holidays that we have off. 4th of July is one of them. And you know, all the other ones that aren't like, you know, super big, you know, like Columbus Day, Veterans Day, we're open because a lot of people are off that day. So that's when they make their dentist appointments. Yazabel, hello. Welcome. My name is Leah. This is Make All the Things With Me. I'm doing a super easy craft tonight. I'm making a sign for my friend who is baking, and she is living her dream job, baking and working a farmer's market. So I want to celebrate her and make her a sign. And I am using a Dollar Tree surface here. And like I said, I used to use them all the time when I was new and practicing. And you can do so many things with these, and it's a totally budget-friendly way to practice making signs or revamping signs. It's MDF board, it's not wood. Here's what the front and side look like. I'm not going to cover it up. I'm going to leave it like this in case she wants to display, just a welcome. And on the other side, I have a stencil that says bakery. So I'm just gonna, something a little fun for her to hang. And this weekend I'm gonna be cutting out a cutting board and design something that says farm to table. Because she's working for an orchard, which, you know, around here in the Hudson Valley, New York, we have farms everywhere. And about these MDF boards, they do tend to warp. That's why I don't prefer to use them. If I'm making it for myself, yeah, I am making this for somebody, but I didn't have anything big enough. I prefer using wood. Well, thank you, Nemo. So I don't meet many people who spell Leah that way. I must know you. You must be related to me. Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. I got honey. I got, oh my God, an amazing sour cream coffee cake. And I got these little pies. Maybe I'll get more on Saturday. All right, I'm giving it a second coat because, like I said, the first coat, it was drying as I was putting it down. But, you know, sometimes you do want to put 2 coats or 3, whatever it takes to get full coverage, even coverage, so that the paint looks nice. You know, so you'll look a little professional. Let me tell you, I don't want to go to work tomorrow. I don't want to make it a 5-day weekend. It has been 3 days and it's been a long week. You know, we're always shorthanded, which makes everything tougher. How about y'all? How was y'all's week? I don't normally say y'all, but it just felt like I should be saying y'all. I'm trying to beat the paint drying up, and it's hard to catch up to it. I might have to just stress it a little bit. You get to work with your friend. How fun! How fun. Laurel that you saw on there, she is my bestest, and we used to work together, and then she left, and then I went to work where she was, and then I left. And funny thing was, I messaged her this morning and I'm like, I miss you. We need to get together. I'm tired of missing people. Yeah, what's everyone been up to? We're halfway through the week. Guess that matters if you're off on the weekends. Tall Ties, hello. Welcome, friend. I miss you so much. Plus, she's got a birthday coming up. I might be crafting something for her soon. I am making a sign. I'm going to show you in just a minute. It's a little damp. It was drying, but it's not totally dry. So I'm using this stencil. Let me turn around so you can see it. This stencil for my friend who is working at a farmer's market, and she bakes. And that's the closest thing that I have to farmer's market and baking. You make bracelets? What kind of bracelets? I love bracelets. I love jewelry. I love earrings. Do you have a page? Do you have a shop? I might be able to link it here. Feel free to link your channel, any of your pages, your shop. And oh, you don't have a channel? Okay, all right. So here is the front of the sign, which is now the back of the sign, and this is the surface, the side that I am going to be stenciling on. Alrighty. So I'm going to line it up. And I had this other stencil that had like really pretty corners, and I couldn't find it. I put it someplace because I knew I would be making this sign, and I can't find it. Then do pop-up stands. Oh, cool! Like physical, like at craft fairs and craft shows and stuff. All right, so I'm just lining it up. And I'm kind of messy, so I like to tape down my stencil so it doesn't move on me. Shauna. And I do want you to remind you that go live every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And even though you see me here by myself, I am part of a trio. We are the Artistry Collective, and each one of us goes live for 1 hour, one right after the other. And it starts off at 7 p.m. Eastern Time with my friend Shauna from Frapps Scraps. You see her there in the comments. Say hello to her. Go on over and visit her channel. Watch a few videos, give her some thumbs up, subscribe, and then come on over to my channel. I am Leah, Make All the Things With Me. I start at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then after me is Kristy from Kristy's Crafty Cottage. She comes on at 9 p.m. and she is actually our hostess. She is the one that got us together. We started, you know, with a bigger group, and then it ended up, and I don't even remember how that came about, that it was just the three of us, and it's been wonderful. Your sister is Leah also? Near your house, you're not that popular? Well, we should change that. Are you on Facebook at all? Facebook is always fun for DIYers. All right, I am going to, I prefer to stencil with a stencil brush. Here we go. Some people use sponges. You're not on Facebook? Maybe you should go there. I met somebody the other day who was retired, and she crochets. Your mom sells shirts on Facebook. Do you sell some of your jewelry on there with her? We could follow you guys on Facebook. We're all on Facebook too. All right, dip into the paint, and then I just smush it around like this. All right, just to work it into the brush. And then the secret is, and I am the worst at this, is you do not want a lot of paint on your brush. And it looks like there is not a lot. But if you feel like there is a lot of paint on the end of your stencil brush, you can just take some of the paint off. I forget what that's called. And then go. You want to work in layers, light coats first. You want to try to avoid bleeding. So the less paint you have on your brush, the less likely you are to have bleeding in your stencil. And I like to hold it straight up and down. Let me move it over so you can see me. I like to hold it straight up and down. And I always start off of the actual image on the stencil, and then I work into the space of the image, letters, whatever it is that you are stenciling. And I like to go in circles. Some people do this, which that works, but I got in the habit of just swirling, and it's hard to do something else. And it's just very lightly and gently going in circles. And you go until you run out of paint. And then you move on until you totally run out of paint on your stencil brush or little sponge or whatever it is that you are using. So you can go this way, and that works really well too, but then that kind of ruins the stencil brush. I am impatient, and sometimes I have too much paint on my brush, and I get bleeding all the time. And then I have to go back and fix it. So now, see, I am running out of paint on my brush. Do you see how light that's looking? So I'm going to go back, offload onto the paper towels. I'm going to go back and load up my brush. I'm going to do the same thing. And now I do have a little bit extra, so I'm going to offload onto my paper towel here, and then I'm going to move on. And then I'll go back and go over the whole thing so it's nice and bright. And I'm using chalk paint. I find chalk paint is thicker than acrylic paint, and you're less likely to get bleeding when you use chalk paint. You can make acrylic paint really thick if you figure out a way to thicken it, maybe with baking soda. There's all different kinds of ways you can make your own chalk paint. Sorry you're late, you shared you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, my friend. Happy Wednesday. Are you looking forward to a long weekend? I know where Shelby works. She'll be closed on Friday. Will you be open Saturday, or do you have the whole... Do you work Saturdays? You don't work Saturdays, right? And I'm just making my way through the whole stencil all the way to the end, and then I'll go back with another layer. And I taped up my sides because I always worry about the stencil moving, and then I have to line it up, and then I'm always like a little OCD, and I'm a little worried that I don't get it lined up again. So it's just easier for me to tape it. And a lot of times I check and recheck my stenciling, but I'm not going to do that right now. And when I find those corners, those flourished corner stencil, I'm going to put them on here. All right, so let me show you what it looks like right now. And I know it's backwards. I don't know why Facebook and YouTube used to be able to, you know, mirror the image so you could see the right way, but it doesn't flip anymore. I don't know why. Is he really? I just had that conversation. Superman is really my favorite, and I love Wonder Woman. But I appreciate Batman because he's a gadget guy. So the fan is going, it's hot in here, it's drying fast, so I'm not really worried about, hey, Kelly Cat Crafts, I'm not really worried about it being dry or drying it in between the coats, because I know it's dry, I see it's dry. But you should always dry in between coats, because you can still get a little bit of leakage. So I'm just going to start back at the beginning and just give everything a fresh coat. And there's gaps that are called bridges in stencils. They are necessary to be there. Otherwise, you wouldn't really have words. You would just have open spaces and you'd have to guess the letters. So those are called, those gaps are called bridges. Sometimes I fill them in, sometimes I don't. Depends. Incredible Hulk is your favorite. It depends the kind of mood I'm in and how it looks. You know, if it looks okay, and it goes with the whole vibe of the project, I just leave the blanks there. I don't worry about filling in the gaps or crossing the bridges. And it's looking like I didn't have any bleeding, and I'm really hoping I didn't. All right, so now I'm going to start over here. You know what? I'm going to grab a smaller stencil brush. I have a little detail stencil brush, which is great for small areas. It gets right in to the little opening of the words and the letters or the images. See, this will work better. And with these little tiny letters, it does seem to be working better if I pounce. I'm just hoping I'm not pouncing too hard and then it gets all wonky. And if that happens, I just sand it off and start all over. It's just crafting. Bye, nice to meet you, Tally. Good luck with your jewelry. Come back anytime, friend. Well, now I'm sitting here looking at this and there's just something about black and white. It might be my favorite color combination. Okay, I'll do a little quick peek. Oh, what happened there? That A is a little bit funny. Looks like there might be a little, let me see if I can fix that. It's a little piece of plastic. It's like a miscut. Alright, that did the trick. Alright, not bad. Not bad, right? Looks kind of professional. And that's the beauty of stencils. You don't have to be a professional. You don't have to be an artist. They just make you look like you do, and it just makes everything so easy. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab some, this is Bare Wax Decorative Finish. It's clear. I use these on these kind of surfaces when I use the silkscreen stencils. It was the only thing I had that had Farmer's Market on it. And what you want to do with this is you apply it. It protects the stencil. And thank you so much. I appreciate that, my friend. And leave your Facebook page name on there. I'll find you on Facebook and follow as well. It protects the surface, so because I'll show you, but when I use that stencil, it's sticky. It adheres to this, and sometimes when you pull it back, it can peel up the paint. So all that work you did could be like for nothing. But this is also a sealer. So I use this. I just put a light coat on there. I'm not using that stencil all over, but it does give it a little bit of a shine, and this just makes it look nice, and I like everything to look the same, so that's why I just put it over the whole board. It just kind of brings everything to life. So, like I said, these are from Couture. If you have a designer, order from them if you are interested. If you don't, you can search Couture, and you can search for a local demonstrator, or just, you know, whatever comes up. You can order online. Hey, Levon, hello, hello, hello. Oh, and I haven't used it. So, they come as one piece. And as you use each section, you just cut them. And you just cut right along the dotted line, or the silkscreen line, as it is in this case. So this is what it looks like. It has adhesive on the back. And the point of it is so you don't have to worry about like the bleeding when you're stenciling, although it does happen with this also. I don't have my fuzzing board, but what you want to do so that it's not so sticky the first time you use it. No, I'm not. I was. I just stopped being one about a month ago. So I'm just a consumer now. If you don't have like we call it a fuzzing cloth to make this less sticky so that when you pull it off your surface, it doesn't peel back your paint and ruin your whole project. You just want to fuzz it. And I'm just using my shirt because I don't have my fuzzing cloth handy. I wasn't sure I was going to use this. And this just takes the stickiness, the tackiness off. Giselle from Your Craft Cottage, hello. And this is a farmer's market. Fresh produce open daily. And I'm just placing it, trying to center it. And then you just want to rub it down, burnish it, make sure it's stuck really, really, really well. And you want to do this so you don't get that bleeding. And you can use paint, you can use chalk paint, you can use acrylic paint. If you do, you want to clean it right away. But you can get chalk paste, which is really great, made for this. It helps prevent the leaking and the bleeding. And let's see. I think I might need to mix this. This is a little bit thick. So I'm just going to add some water to it. And I'm going to stir it up. And you want it the consistency of, I say, sour cream. Maybe yogurt. Hey, Kathy. How are you, friends? So if it's too thick, it won't go through the silkscreen mesh. I think this might be okay. If not, I'm just going to have to sand it and start all over. All right. And you just pick it up with a squeegee. This is a silicone squeegee. And then you just swipe across the image. Even, steady pressure. And that fan is blowing, it's drying it. You really don't want this to dry. You kind of want to pull it up while it's still wet. And I'm hoping that this will work, because I've had it happen where it's been, it dried up and it didn't go all the way through. Everyone cross your fingers. Okay. All right. Yay. Yay. See up close? How cool is that? So, before I was saying I might distress it. Nice, right? Don't you love when it works? I like a nice clean sign, and I really like it this way. But I'm also like thinking, do I distress it a little bit or do I leave it? I don't know. Like, it just, I'm not one that thinks things look too plain. I love plain and simple, but I think I'm going to leave it. I think I'm going to leave it. I'll sleep on it and see what I think in a couple of days if I want to distress it. And if I were to distress it, I would use Valspar Antiquing Glaze, because it's black. And it's like antiquing wax, but in a gel form. It's kind of liquidy. Since the sign is black and white, I could distress it with brown too, but sometimes I like to stick to kind of the same thing, and I think if I were to distress it, I think the black would look really nice. But I'm really liking the cleanness, the clean lines. Like, I don't know, I think it just stands out. Thank you, Levon. All right, so I'm going to grab right over here. I want a roll from a Tractor Supply of rebar wire. It is 16 gauge and it is perfect to make hangers. I don't know how much I need. I have a big old roll right here on the edge of my desk. And this is what it looks like. It's pretty pliable and easy to use. So, and this is all, yeah, I cut way too much. All right. So I'm just going to measure about how much I need. And I'll save this wire for something smaller. And then I just, ugh, I've really bent that out of shape. All right, so what I usually do is just try to make both ends kind of same size. And then, that's way too big, right? Ooh, I don't want the sign that big. I mean, that might work though. Okay, internal conversation. Thank you, Norma. I don't usually talk out loud to myself. I'm just letting you know, like, what kind of thoughts I have. I'm just gonna poke this through the hole. And this did come with a jute hanger. Okay, I grabbed some beads. I think I want to put some beads on here. Not all beads, just a few, just to give it a little bit of interest. Good thing I saw those beads before I put this together. And I'm thinking I might do a bow. I don't always do a bow. I have issues with bows. Curl the ends. I'm going to try to curl the ends. Let's do 3. I don't know where this came from. Special Moments Memories. I think this might have come from Dollar Tree. Who knows? I've had it in my stash for a while. I've been going through stuff. And it's been nice, but the only thing is, I haven't decided what I'm doing with this stuff yet. So this stuff is in piles. You know, stuff I could sell, stuff I could give away, stuff that has to get thrown away. So I haven't decided yet. Okay, come on. So I bend it beforehand and then I poke it through the holes. And then I haven't perfected the curly hues, but I keep trying. All right, let's see here. And they're not quite the same size. I do want them the same size-ish. I do like things even. Symmetry is important to me. All right, so this is the part that's always like a little, I think I need better needle nose pliers. Because curl it, I don't know if I curl it this way, that way, bend it over. And I mean, this is a good, it's 16 gauge, so it's pretty easy, but I just need practice curling. And guys, I think this is like my best curl ever. It's not bad. It's not bad. All right. I'm going to turn this over this way and do the same thing. So the secret that I found that's working for me is when I put the needle nose plier on the wire, not to have the wire sticking out, I don't know if you could see it, above the needle nose, okay, the pliers. You want that wire inside so that when you curl it, you don't have like that rogue piece of wire. You know what I'm saying? Emily, hello. Happy Wednesday. Is it still Wednesday where you are? Where are you in the world? I am in the United States. I am in the Northeast. Crafting my best life. And then I went this way. Okay. And I'm trying to be careful because I don't want to scratch the paint. All right, guys. It's not terrible. I mean, it's not like, you know, like amazing, but it's not terrible. There it is up close. One came out better than the other. I think this one is better than this one, but I got it to curl. So that's something, right? And I like the black beads on there. And I don't know what is going on over here. There's like a little stain. It might be from the rag that I used. But, and I'll be going over this with a sealer. I like Krylon spray sealer. And I'm really happy with this. And I did bring out some homespun. Maybe I'll make a little bow. Just a little tiny one, like just over here on the edge. And then, is that too big? Yeah, that's too big. That's too big, so. Homespun, you know, I see so many creators working with the homespun, and I'm like, my friend Lavon, who's on here, sews, and she's like, knows everything about fabric, and I'm like, what's the deal? What's the big deal, you know? It tears beautifully. And I think the biggest deal is it's the same on both sides. So this is homespun fabric. It's the same pattern on one side as it is on the other. There is no right side or wrong side, which is so nice, especially if you're making bows, because you know how that goes. Like if you have a one-sided ribbon, you know, one side's like really, really nice, and the other side not so nice. And you have to, you know, when you use your bow maker, I wonder if I can just put it right on here, like right up here. That might work. And then you have to try to figure out how to make your bow look nice so that everything is showing the right side. You don't have to worry about that with homespun. Just a little something, something, right? Sometimes you just want a little something. And maybe I'll put a little something, a little button on here. Glue it. A little bit of hot glue. Let's do the buttons. Ooh, these are nice. I love quick and easy projects. I dabble in the ones that take a lot of time, but I just get so much satisfaction in being able to sit down for an hour and create something beautiful that I'd be so proud. I'm going to be so proud to like give this to my friend and be like, this is for you, right? It took less than an hour to make, probably about 40 minutes, right? After all my gabbing and stuff. And you can make a whole bunch of these. If you're selling them at a craft fair or doing custom signs, you can like just kick these out, boom, 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 in no time at all. And you can just do it in all different colors. Customize it to whatever their brand colors are. You know, stencils just make crafting so easy. And I love using them. I use them all the time. You'll see me using stencils more than any other medium. Just a little something, something, right? I hope she loves it too. You know, I do. And you know what, like, I love most about it is I am the worst baker in the world. I cannot bake anything. I appreciate bakers. All right, friends. Thank you so much for being here. Just want to remind you all that this is Wednesday night, the Artistry Collective night. I go live on Wednesday nights with my friend Shauna from Frapps Scraps. She goes live at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I go live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My name is Leah. This is Make All the Things With Me. And up after me at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is Kristy from Kristy's Crafty Cottage. And she is the one that got us together. So head on over to Kristy's page. She's going to pop up in a couple of minutes. I may be a little bit early signing off. I do want to remind you that I am hosting a fun craftathon collaboration right here on YouTube. I will have a playlist. If you missed that day, you can go back. I will be posting the playlist and 30-minute segments. I forget how many, maybe 13, 14 creators on Saturday. About every month or so, I host a live collaboration. So always check back. I will be posting, so you hit that notification bell to find out what's new. You might find your new favorite crafter. Thank you, Levon. And we have an awesome lemon craft playlist. I was getting there. So this month, I didn't get finished in time. Had a lot going on this month. I have the video. I will probably release it one of these days. But my friends made some incredible lemon lime themed creations, DIYs, all different. Each one of them is different. The playlist is on my channel. Just click my playlist and you will see Zesty Lemon Lime Party. I definitely recommend you watching that playlist for some amazing inspiration. Not two projects are the same. So much fun, so talented. I am so grateful for my crafty friends. Gifts from the heart are the best. Yes, they are. I might go live. I mean, I'll be live Saturday. I don't know where I'm falling. I'm putting myself in wherever there is a gap in the schedule on Saturday. I may come on live on Friday. I don't know. We'll see. Friday's the 4th of July. I'll be off. I might come on in the afternoon. So hit that notification bell. Subscribe. I have so much fun. I enjoy when you all come and visit me and craft with me. So that's it. Bye for now. I will definitely see you next Wednesday. Same bat time, same bat channel. Until then, friends, have a wonderful rest of your night, and I will see you over on